My most used apps are TikTok and Snapchat.
My average was 9 hours.
9 hours a day on their phone?
Yeah.
Our generation can't live without it.
These teenagers have never known a world without social media, but they will soon. And it's not one they're keen to inhabit.
I don't think I use it in a negative way. Like, the main thing that I do is just talk to my friends and laugh at some videos.
So it's not fair to put a consequence for all the children. Parents, take more responsibility for your kids.
Do you think maybe you guys actually are quite addicted to it?
I think, honestly, we are addicted to it. But the thing is, it's not the only reason why. We use it for many positive things.
It's not often a Prime Minister receives applause, but he knows banning social media for under-16s has parental approval.
I am not prepared to compromise on the safety and happiness of our children.
The ban he announced will block under-16s from platforms like Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook and X, although WhatsApp and Signal will be allowed, as well as YouTube Kids. There'll also be restrictions on children being able to live stream and communicate with strangers on gaming sites, with the changes due by spring next year. It is exactly what parents of teenagers like Brianna Jai have been calling for. Her killers had consumed graphic content online.
It's going to protect so many young people. Just knowing how much it would have improved Brianna's life if she didn't grow up in the online world.
You done anything with a boy?
Last week, ITV News exposed how thousands of children have become victims of crime on Snapchat alone. But banning social media in Australia just saw kids find a way around restrictions. And the father of Molly Russell, who took her life after viewing harmful content, is among those who think the tech companies should improve their apps instead.
The dangerous practices that we allow the tech companies to employ should be stopped, and we need regulation to do that, not a ban of children.
Social media companies say a ban will push children towards more dangerous apps. Wherever they get today's news, most teenagers won't like it. Paul Brand, ITV News.
I've just arrived at the G7 Leaders Summit. That's the summit of the world's richest nations. Got here with the Prime Minister in his plane, and for him, the most important challenge is proving he's still relevant, because on his mind, on his entire party's mind, is that looming by-election in Makerfield. We'll know on Friday whether the Mayor of Greater Manchester has become an MP, and we'll know in the ensuing day or two whether he's going to find a way to engineer the kind of coup where he takes over as Prime Minister. It might be a short coup, or it might be in which Keir Starmer decides to bow out gracefully, or it might be a slightly longer one that involves a leadership election. But the backdrop is such that there are members of Keir Starmer's own party who worry that he's a sort of caretaker at this point. Now, he doesn't believe that. We saw first thing this morning him doing a press conference in Downing Street when he took what he would describe as very bold action to ban all those under 16 from using social media. That will take effect really relatively rapidly compared to many other big government announcements, so next spring. But then there is the challenge on the global stage. Many would say that Keir Starmer's relative success as Prime Minister has been in respect of international relations. Until he had that breakdown of the relationship with Trump when he refused to join Trump's war against Iran, he would argue, many would argue, that he had a very constructive relationship with the American president that got us somewhat better trade terms as Trump introduced all these tariffs than many other countries in the rest of the world. And actually, just to go back to that Iran conflict, again, many people in his own party and the British public opinion would also be, along these lines, would say that he did the right thing by keeping the UK out of that war against Iran. So how does he prove himself relevant here? Well, the most important thing that he can do is, if there is this genuine ceasefire that comes into effect in that Iran conflict at the end of this week, and if at that point the Strait of Hormuz is opened, Starmer, in partnership with President Macron of France, have said that they will put in place their ships, their minesweepers, to first of all help to clear the Strait of mines, but then to essentially escort tankers through the Strait, get the oil flowing again. Something that Trump will certainly be looking for from France and Britain. We don't yet know how fast France and Britain want to move to execute this supportive role in that sense. Then, of course, we've got, as is often the case with these meetings of world leaders, we've got the leader of Ukraine coming here, Zelensky, and again, the Prime Minister, in partnership with Macron, will want to press the case for more solidarity with Ukraine. He announced overnight that we would be shipping nuclear fuel for their power stations to Ukraine, and we would be imposing more sanctions against Russian interests, in particular against the Russian shadow fleet that transports Russian oil and keep money flowing into Russia's coffers. So, you know, there is a sort of biggish agenda here for the British Prime Minister. I think the one thing he'll be slightly nervous about is that there may be something of a contretemps, a bit of conflict with the American president, actually over that ban on those under 16 in Britain being able to use social media, because the American president is a big champion of American companies, particularly a big champion of American digital companies. They are deeply uneasy about the British ban, and he may well criticise Britain, the British Prime Minister, for what he will see as a restriction of free speech. So it's very likely to be a lively G7 summit. Whether at the end of it Keir Starmer persuades his MPs and fellow ministers that he's still got the mojo to continue with the job of Prime Minister, well, you'll get my assessment on that in a few days' time.